how to keep her. Well, there are many wonderful roads to this. I think to get a new recruit stems from our own self-confidence and to know where we're going and what our goals are. Of course, we have to believe and have confidence in our company and our fellow man. That is very important, to have confidence in our fellow man, or at all times to do so. Yes, I have confidence in Mr. Nobbs, Phyllis, and Nancy. I said that to say believing in ourselves is the key point. Recruiting is a wonderful opportunity for us because we can count on just how many hours and how much we should work. Back to keeping a new recruit, we must always be honest with her. Look straight in her eyes when we're talking to her. Let her know that you're very serious about a business and it's for real. Tell her about the schools and training you have had and that we want to pass it on to her. My very first recruit was at a beauty shop on Saturday morning. When I stepped up on the steps to go in, I took a minute and I was a little afraid. But I said, God, if you're for me, who can be against me? I could hardly have time to set up and fit, and I fitted and sold 15 ladies that day and recruited the owner at $1,000 inventory. And that was actually proof to me this business was for me. I told myself it's so much fun to be happy and make money and have everything we need. And that time I was a sole survivor for myself and my 4 children. We tell our new recruits, put your first foot forward. What direction do you want to go? Another way I would keep a new recruit is ask her how many shows can she hold per week. How many women do you know? And I want to say, we ask ourselves, how many women do we know? There is no number to how many women we know. And as I heard a lady say one time, she was flying over a city, and she said, I looked down over that city, and I saw all the lights in that city, and I said, my goodness, how many women must there be there that wear bras? And that just tells you, there's so many women we know our friends know, and it just goes on. And I must know that she, too, this lady that we're going to recruit, has confidence in herself as well as her trainer. I ask her, can she hold 2 shows a week? I go with her when I recruit a new recruit, lead her through her shows, and call her each day for at least a week. Now I'm beginning to share her happiness over the phone from her shows. There are some ladies that are really afraid. I know I was when I first came in, and like I said, it just seemed like that business was for me, and I have moved on ever since. I've never had a desire to stop. I love recruiting ladies and seeing them happy and having what they need. But when you put them in business, you always go back and pick them up, help them to get rid of their negatives and their fears. For the most, you see her pick up and succeed. We're all like babies at times, but we're humans too. We need picking up also. I like to tell a new recruit, I'm not going to give you a fish for today, but I'm going to teach you how to fish. And if I stay close to her, I will see her grow. If we drag around like we are half dead, then we will see her die too. New people have to have a lots of food called training and caring. Then she will grow. A new recruit watches her trainer very close. We must help her plant her seed so we can also watch her gather her harvest. As we are going to reap her harvest also, we help other people to reap harvest. But in our recruiting, we can reach back and we grow with her harvest too when we stop and think about all of our legwork that we've done to putting people to work. How many times have I heard a new recruit say after her training, I can do this. Oh, I can have that new car or my own phone. Now, she has confidence in herself by now. Ladies, I assure you, you feel like I do. And now the recruit is motivating me because I have helped some poor lady have the things she needs to and wants. And ladies, this will give you a laugh. I've even heard ladies jump up and say, now I can quit my husband. And but I say, no, maybe he will love you more. More to the survivor, so serious thought, we have to work and approach everyone we see and talk to. Don't be bashful. You will so be appreciated by that person you recruit. If you give her the right to life, you teach her to stand up and be proud. I'd like to say all of us need to get on a roll, get over, and get busy to working. And one way to go is to stay close to our recruits, teach them how to recruit, have one meeting without fail once a month. That helps all of us to get ideas, lets our sponsors know we're working and who isn't working and why. We just have to have that meeting once a month. If we don't stay in touch with our new recruits, we're not going to have recruits. And this is about my 37th year. I still have recruits that I put in the very first week I started to work. And it just is, it's a necessity. You have to stay with your people or they will not stay with you. If some don't show at our monthly meeting, though, the workers that are there at my meeting will call on the ones who is not there. See, we all become close to each other, and we can help each other in that way. Our business is not a game. It's called work, a job, if you please. A lot of people have to work under pressure. Even so, sometimes we grow richer in our own thinking. Let's be positive and be the best we can be. Finally, I say thanks to my recruits because they have been much uplifting to me in my success. I've had fun and hope to keep on having fun. And, you know, when I started in the business, too, I learned one thing. I wanted to get off that porch and run with the big dogs. If we don't get off that porch, we're not going to be running with the big dogs. Thank you all. I love you and hope everything is going to be very great for you. Thank you.
Thank you, Catherine. Very good. And you can hear
very good.
You can hear the conviction in her voice. Melissa and Catherine, understanding you got to work with your recruits. Now, I can't help but feel we're going into I think we're in our 6 months of conference calls every Monday night consistently. It's our little meeting, our little get-together. But at the meetings, it's just like when your people, if you hold meetings, which you should, when you hold meetings and you get up and you talk about a subject and you go on and you explain it and you get all excited about it, and then all of a sudden nothing happens, your people don't do anything, and then the next week, then whenever you have your meetings, we go through the same thing again and nothing happens. You kind of turn around and say, my gosh, aren't they listening? Or, gee, how come they're not identifying with the information that's being given? Now, when I turn around and look and think, my goodness, 6 months of conference calls, by now all of us are getting the point of recruiting. Is there a magic to it? No. If you don't get out and see the people and talk about what you do, people aren't going to knock on your door and ask. You're going to have to get out and see the people. But if you haven't recruited in the 6 months, you might say, well, maybe I don't want to recruit, or maybe I don't want to work with the recruits, and that might be it. Because it's not that it won't work, it will work if we work at it. And I just can't